Building running endurance is tough, but it doesn't have to be a frustrating struggle. Today, I'm going to share some proven strategies that have helped me avoid common pitfalls and build lasting endurance using the principles I've gained from using the Maffetone method. Building your aerobic base can be tough. I speak from experience. There are times when things don't go as planned, and you might believe that running faster alone may help you get to that place. But the truth is it can't. Well, but what you can do instead is come up with a plan and slowly execute it, building each run day by day. But there are some problems that we tend to cause ourselves. Sometimes you just have to stop running and take a look around you. You kind of see something like that. That's pretty sweet. So there are problems with quick fixes when you're trying to achieve better endurance. And something that I had happen to me was I was trying to run longer, but I kept getting injured, I kept getting burned out, and I just didn't know what I was doing wrong. I also realized there was a lot of conflicting information out there on the interwebs and on YouTube and everything else. And I still don't know if what I'm going to say is right, but this is my experience. Who do you believe and who do you follow to help you navigate figuring out and trying to improve to become a better runner? I mean, there's so many coaches, there's so many people there to help you. But unless you're paying people for their services, you're on your own and you're trying to figure it out. Now, I'm not going to say that it can't be done because I know it has been done and I've been able to achieve it. I've run a marathon, I've run a couple of marathons, I've run lots of 10Ks, I've run an ultra marathon, 50 miles. I'm no expert. I'm not a physiologist, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a coach. My name is David and I'm the plant-powered runner, and I've been using the Maffetone method, aka slow running, for a long time, and I've seen a lot of great results. So these are my thoughts, my feelings on the process of building an aerobic base. But take it or leave it, it's just me. I know everyone's gonna kind of beat me up in the comments or whatever, but tread lightly, be kind, it's all good. I'm just some dude who likes to run. Like to share my experiences, and like this is freaking epic. Like, look at this. Oh my gosh, like really tell me that is not awesome. Like seriously, that is flipping awesome. Okay, so I wrote down some notes. So I'm on this run along the river, chilling out, and I've got some points I want to kind of go over. Obviously got to take glasses off so I can read. When I started running, I wanted everything to kind of happen right away. I thought since I'd been a runner, I kind of knew what I needed to know. But then I realized very quickly that if I started too fast too soon, then I would start picking up injuries. I would start hitting a burnout point where it just didn't work for me, and I wouldn't be able to kind of be consistent and continue to run. So starting off slowly has really kind of helped with any comeback that I've done. And when I did my lead up to my 50 miler, that was something that I was paying attention to extremely well. I mean, a number of years ago, we all had a lot of time to train in the world. Things were really quiet, so to speak. So, but now things are busier, life is busier. You know, people around me have gotten sick, so there's a lot of more stress in my life than there was before. But this all passes. It's only there for a short period of time. And if you can deal with the stresses, then you can start to kind of clear the head and move forward with training, and don't try to rush things. So why building a strong aerobic base is crucial for long-term sustainability when you're building your aerobic base. With me, I didn't see gains overnight. And for me, I needed to train my body to be able to go that longer distance without kind of getting so tired. So it was something that when you slowly kind of ease into it, slowly add in mileage, a little bit more per week, right? You could do the 10% rule, but you know, if you've been a runner before, you've got muscle memory, right? You can navigate that. And that's something that I've also seen. Even in the last month, I've seen gains that I didn't think that I'd see. I'm going to share these gains with you that I've gained over the last month. And you may be surprised with where things stand with me as being a runner who's overweight, who's working his way back again to lose the weight, to get stronger, to be able to run another ultra marathon. Gotta get out of here. Bugs are getting a little bit buggy. Building up a strong aerobic base is the fundamental, I guess it's the foundation, it's the groundwork that has to be done to become a strong aerobic, to build a strong aerobic base and to be able to push a little bit further every single week. I think my math pace really significantly helped me as a runner, because when I first started off, I didn't know what was too hard and what was too fast and what was too long and what was my body doing. I couldn't figure any of that stuff out. So once I was able to dial in using 180 minus my age, I was able to figure out where I should keep my heart rate while I was running to be able to see improvements month over month. And to this date, 5 years later, I'm still in tune, but my body is not in tune because I've allowed a lot of things to happen to cause me to kind of start all over again. There are some practical training strategies to build your aerobic base, and this is where that sweet spot comes in. This is not running too fast, it's not running too slow. It's running in zone 2. And this is where your heart rate zones really do matter. So whether you're using the Maffetone method or whether you're using the Kavarvan formula, whether you're using any of these types of ways of measuring your heart rate, or whether you're going by perceived effort, there's many different ways that you can challenge yourself and train with. The majority of them work. Here's the thing. Keep your slow runs slow in your aerobic zone. This is where 80% of the magic happens. 20% of it comes from that tempo run, that threshold run that you're able to increase a little bit over the weeks and coming months just before your race, specifically whether it's a half marathon or a marathon. You can't ignore it. The other thing that has worked really well for me has been when I've dealt with times where I didn't want to go out and run, so I started doing cross training. So biking or going to the gym, lifting heavy, things like that has worked extremely well in my running. When I just feel like I feel like an injury coming on or feeling a little bit burned out, I kind of go to that to at least keep myself going, if you know what I'm talking about. And talking about going, I gotta keep on going because like this is epic. I'm enjoying the campground while I'm here. I mean, I'm running through. I'm in a small little town, but it's got this awesome campground and the river is right here. So anyways, I'm taking advantage of it while I give you all these little tips and things I've learned over the last like 5 years, so to speak. Building on your consistency. It's small little gains compounded over time. And when you do that, the results slowly start to show themselves. Now, the one thing that you can be happy about is just know that it takes time. It's the progress. It's patience. It's waking up in the morning and not wanting to do this, right? I don't have enough time. You know, that gets a lot of people. Family commitments. Running slow actually does make you faster. And it's sometimes I think about these things and go, is it true? Does it really happen? And I'm out here at the farm where we have our horse, or my daughter's horse. And it got me into thinking, just have no motivation. Well, there's not a lot I can say with that because I've hit a lot of procrastination over the last little while. And man, it's been very frustrating. You just have to be patient. Be kind to yourself. Because when you are patient and you start to see results, you'll want to keep going down that road. Even when it gets hard. Like, look, running easy all the time is hard for a lot of people. And it never gets easier. You just end up getting faster. It's a funny thing, but keep those easy runs on Sundays or Saturdays or whatever your long run is. Do keep them easy. That's your bread and butter. Don't sweat the small stuff. It's not worth it. No two runs are going to be perfect. No two runs are going to show the same result. You're going to go backwards. You're going to go forwards. The weather has a big impact on heart rate training. And that's just the way it is. Unless you run on a treadmill inside. And that's an option I have now since I have a gym membership. But to be quite honest, I'd rather be out here. This is way nicer. Even in the wintertime, I'd still rather be outside. Feeling frustrated because your running pace isn't where you want it to be? Remember, the progress is progress no matter how slow. What I would say is embrace the journey and celebrate every step forward. No matter how small, no matter how big, no matter what. Keep pushing yourself, stay consistent, and trust in the process. My hard work, your hard work, will pay off in the long run. Sometimes just getting lost in the woods totally just motivates me. Allows me to be one with nature and go, where the heck am I? However, there are times when the rules must be broken. Just like I'm doing right now. Like all these trails I'm on, they close them. I don't know why. You're running and you notice that your heart rate starts to elevate and get higher and higher and higher. Don't freak out. Don't stress out. Just stop and walk and allow your heart rate to kind of slow down. Allow it to reset and then continue on. Your run is not ruined. Sometimes you just need to explore these beautiful places and allow the stress to just melt away. That's what today is about. Running slow is nothing to be shamed about. I think it's something to be celebrated. You're putting you first. You're exploring. You're working each and every day at building an aerobic base. This is the process. This is what it looks like. It may not be what you're thinking, but it is very effective. Fueling your run is important. We all know that. But the majority of us, we neglect it. And I know this from my experience. And there's a lot of mud here. One thing that happens is cardiac drift. The longer you run, the tighter you get, the more dehydrated you get. And when that happens, your blood starts to get thicker. And as it gets thicker, it takes your heart more beats to pump the same volume of blood through the veins. Now, when you're overweight, dehydrated, and tired, it combines for a perfect storm. So staying on top of your hydration is important. However, one of the things, again, that we forget about, it's not about the water. It's about the electrolytes, your potassium, your sodium, your zinc, your copper, all of these things. And if you are not on top of this, I'll tell you, it is a wicked crash when cardiac drift kicks in, because you ultimately are going to be running slower, but with more, well, first off, you'll be running the same pace as you were before, but you'll be putting out more energy to achieve it. Or you're running at the same low heart rate, but you're running slower. It's one of those two. And I'll tell you, either of them suck. But hydration and fueling yourself is number one. Specifically, the longer you go, you just run on our fat reserves. And to be quite honest, you can run on your fat reserves for quite a while. Like, I did my ultra marathon and I used my fat reserves pretty much the majority of the race. There was a couple of times where I did eat here and there, but again, I just ran slow and just burned what I had on me, and it was great. You can go longer. So hydration, fueling your body is super important. Combine that with the rest and recovery. Imagine backing onto this. This is flipping great. All day, every day. And there's the dam. All right, so I gotta go up. I gotta go up the top of this hill. There's a set of stairs. I'll just run up those. I'm extremely lucky. I actually get to run in a different place quite a lot. And exploring different places keeps me motivated to want to keep going, want to keep exploring. The role of building an aerobic base is not something that happens overnight. So build it up gradually. Build it up slow and steady. And in time, increase distance. I'm gonna run across this bridge. I may have not expressed it in this video, but you have to change how you eat. You have to change how you fuel your runs. You have to get enough sleep. You need to reduce the stress. There's so many things that you need to do to become a better runner. You also do need to run faster at some point. Not at the beginning, not until your foundation is there. But you do need to train at those levels, at those speeds, if you want to see the potential that you can run. And you just need to decide what your goals are. What do you want to achieve? What do you want all this to lead to? It's about the journey, not necessarily the destination.